Okay, this is the setup of scenario 12. And basically the Soviets are coming on. I do not have them set up where I want them, but they're going to come on and they have to take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4 of those 5. And 2 of them have to be these with both hexes here on either side. So basically you have to control both coasts. Sure, we'll stick with that. Yeah, they got some guns. I don't think the Germans have any reinforcements. Oh no, it looks like they might have a tank. But the Soviets, I think this is all the Soviets get, and that is that. Yeah, they get 1 tank, and it's a tank platoon, so that's good. So that's that. That's what we're going to be trying to do. And let's take a look at where this takes place. So there's the setup. You can get these books up. Well, I don't know if you can get the playbooks, actually. So we're in Ukraine, 10 February 1943. Sad that they're back fighting again almost 80 years later. So there's the forces at fighting here, and we'll see how it goes. I just want to talk about real quick. I'm only halfway through turn 1 of the scenario 12, and these have just deployed, but this is the German casualties so far, and they've only got to use like 1 cube because I keep trying to return fire. So they've lost 3 artillery squads, a motor recon squad, and a pioneer squad. So that's the motorcycle was here. How about focusing there? That'd be nice. And then they cleared a couple units out of here, and 1 out of the woods here, and 1 out of here. So yeah, crazy. Okay, I rallied. I killed 3 units because they had red morale, and I rallied 3. Rallied him, and 1 tank. He did not rally, and he rolled a d12. Okay, end of turn 2. I didn't do a video at the end of turn 1. I forgot. I got too excited. Into turn 1, let's see where we are. So they got the control of the bridge and both hexes on either side of it. So I should probably put markers on there. These guys are slowly making their way up. They keep trying to take this gun. In fact, they've got a tank in here and a T-70 and just keeping it in melee. I don't know, maybe the Soviets should get up here to take it. And these guys started going over here. He put a fire suppressed marker on that. And basically what I think for the Soviets, I need to just hustle these guys around to take these 2 hexes here. Or do I need to, the Germans have a tank coming on, so I can't decide if I should do that. And these guys, I don't know if these guys can make it. I'll have to do some counting to see if these guys can even make it up to the objectives. So maybe they should do that, and these guys should go take care of these boys. This gun's pretty powerful. It's done some damage. Let's put some hurts on these guys. I kind of think they need to rally. All these command markers are going to come off, but this guy got whittled down with a barrage. Let's keep it blurry. So I'm not really sure where I stand right now. I'm kind of thinking oh man, I think we'll see what happens. I can't decide where to bring the German tank on. So the next turn, this turn, the Germans get a tank. I could bring it in the back here and harass these guys. If I take these 2 tanks out, that's going to be a real hurt to the cause. But I got to hit the rear of these tanks. They got a 25 front armor. So, oh yeah, someone told me that I should take off the counters here. So sorry. So T-34, she's got 25 front. I think this is that's also a T-34. So anyway, that's that. It's fun. I'm enjoying it. Again, I'm trying to get it hustled up because I got to convert my room to a guest bedroom here for the Thanksgiving time. Having a good time though. I need to I do need to slow down and take care of the initiative marker better. Make sure I'm doing that right. Okay, that's it. Into turn 2. We'll see you at the end of turn whatever. Bye. Well, the Russians really need to get. I've kind of messed up again. It's that weird balance between firing and shooting, and I've been focusing on shooting. Now these guys are too far away to get up here. At the end of turn, this is into turn 3, so 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we've gone 3 turns. We have 2 turns left before I start rolling the dice. But it's going to be too far to get over there. I mean, the tanks are going to hustle over there if they can, but it's the German initiative. But there's nothing to counteract the Russian artillery, the Russian armor up here right now. So they're kind of, actually, the Russians can, no, they can't totally win it. They need to have this bridge too, and both sides of it. That has to be it. So they really need to not focus on these. Because if I come and take one of these, sorry, if I take this one or this one, this guy can, well, if I take this one, this guy's just going to come back and get it. Although maybe if I go there, I don't know, maybe this guy's got time to just hustle around, take that, and then drive down and fight this guy, and then this guy focuses on getting down here to, take that. Take that! Because right now I have 1, 2, and if I'm fighting over here for this, I could, okay, that might work. So the Russian go over here, I'm going to move. I need to move. I'm not going to worry about commanding these guys. It's going to be too much. These guys, I do have 2 command chits, though, coming up. And this little melee here is going like crap. And then these tanks took some damage, and they reduced, and these tanks reduced. So anyway, there we are. That's the end of turn 3. Bye. So a cool thing about this game is I was like, where am I in this game? Well, everything's ready for me to go. The initiative's on the German side. Doesn't matter where we are in the turn, what turn we're in, any of that. German initiative's on that side, and here are the cubes. So German's ready to go. So we'll see what happens. Bye. And that's the game. We got to the sudden death roll, and I rolled a 9, so the Soviets gave up their fate card. And so we had to re-roll it, and it was a 2. So the Germans like, yeah, we're good. We'll stick with the end of the game. So there was no back and forth on that. It is a German victory. So the Soviets controlled these 3 hexes, which is important. They only controlled these 2. I did not ever advance to this hex. And I was going to, but I couldn't. And actually, they lost that one because that German moved back in there. And they had to own 1, 2, 3. Did they have to own 4? Well, it doesn't matter. They didn't own that, so for sure they didn't get it. Let me look at that real quick. Let's go over here and look. Just pardon me. Victory conditions. When the game ends, the Soviet player wins if he controls at least 4. Yeah. So four hexes. So I was going to assault this next turn and go up here. In fact, I meant to assault with this guy, and I forgot the last turn. Then they would have had 1, 2. Well, yeah, they might have. Yeah, it would have taken a couple turns. So we had this big stack here that was just occupying a lot. These guys got stuck back here because, again, I was firing. It's that balance of your resources, man. It's tough. But again, so I've now lost twice. I mean, I've not successfully attacked, but I felt good both times. Like I'm getting there. I'm kind of figuring out maybe. It'll be interesting to play this against somebody who, just to see how that goes. And I can see there being more tension with the weight of the cubes and all that stuff. So, pretty fun. These guys got up here and reinforced that. It was fun. I deployed. I did all kinds of stuff. So one thing I did figure out, though, so what I was doing is, like, let's say these guys assaulted here. And when they assault, then they can, I assume they can fire, they can melee fire. But the rule said the only return fire that's possible on melee fire is when it's a fire order. So I guess you can never return fire on tanks well, no, you could. So if he had direct fire, if he was in here and he put a direct fire order. So I don't know why you wouldn't just always assault them so they don't receive fire. Now that doesn't work for infantry because, well, actually it does work for infantry. So I could assault them. I think I got to figure that out. That something seems weird about that. Because normally what you do is you do a direct fire order and that's melee. But then that guy can fight back. Well, why wouldn't you do an assault order? I don't know. Anywho, sorry, boy, I'm shaking on this one. So a thought here. So there's, some question and if you divide these guys up, the quantities, you do get to fire more. So your fire is, dispersed. And,
you know what? Retract that. I'm not sure I want to talk about that yet. I need to talk to somebody else about that. Gee, Merry Christmas. Anywho, that's the game. I had fun again. I'm gonna, like I said, I don't know if I think I've said this in the videos. I'm done with the game. I'm gonna put the game away now because I got to take the table down and make room for a bed for a guest for Thanksgiving time. So I'm gonna do all that. Got to put that away over there and make this a pretty little guest room. It's all cozy. So fun time on this one again. I got to nail down a couple things like that whole assault, fire, return fire thing. What I probably should do now is just read their examples of play and see if they explain stuff. Maybe hit Board Game Geek, see what they got as far as questions. But good time. But I'll tell you, man, it's tough when you get stalled out far away and then to get moving. You know, I guess you kind of just, I think you'd need to take turns. You got to balance it out. You got to move and then fire these guys and then move. Anywho, fun times. That was scenario 12, and it's a German victory. So that's it.